Well, good morning, afternoon, or evening, YouTube. This is your Daily Stoic with your host, Jeffrey Mary Poppins McCabe. Huge shout out to my daughter, Sydney. She was the lead role in Mary Poppins as Mary Poppins. Her school, in collaboration with Glendale High School, which is an art school, put on a small snippet of the Mary Poppins play that Glendale's working on. So they had co-op students come over. They had the band from Glendale. It was a really, really cool experience. My daughter got to be Mary Poppins. I went to see that today. I just wanted to give her a huge shout out. Love you, kid. It was amazing. I cried a little bit. It was really nice. So her school, she goes to a school where they're pretty new. I think they're in their 4th year. They've never had a play of any sort. So this is the first one. And they're hoping to continue the progress, working with Glendale and making more plays. So super cool. Anyways, this is your Daily Stoic. As always, we're reading the Daily Stoic, 366 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. If you've never heard of Stoicism or you're not quite sure what it is, get out of here, go Google it, do some research, do some reading. It may speak to you, then come back, join the journey. It's an ancient philosophy, completely changed my life, or helps me change my life. Gives me tools in the tool bag, let's say, of things to reflect on, things to think about. So yeah, I love Stoicism. That's why I'm here. And let's get right into it. Today is January 16th. So this book is, there's a meditation for every day. So you can read one at a time. It says it in the intro. It says you can read one meditation every day, or you can read through the entire book, or you can just sort of flip through to any day you want. There's really no rules. So I'm here going to read one of the excerpts for each day that I do one of these videos, and then I sort of give my 2 cents on it. I've had quite the crazy journey in life, especially the last year or so. So I do, slowly give you pieces of that. And yeah, I hope you find it helpful. January 16th. Never do anything out of habit. So, in the majority of other things, we address circumstances not in accordance with the right assumptions, but mostly by following wretched habit. Since all that I've said is the case, the person in training must seek to rise above. To stop clinging to living and abhorring death. And in the case of property and money, to stop valuing receiving over giving. Monosius Rufus, Lecture 6.25.5-11. Some of these ancient ones are a little difficult to read. I find like I just stumble through the sentences a little bit. So now we'll get into what the Ryan Holiday has to say about it, and we'll break it down. A worker is asked, "Why did you do it this way?" The answer, because that's the way we always done things. The answer frustrates every good boss and sets the mouth of every entrepreneur watering. The worker has stopped thinking and is mindlessly operating out of habit. The business is ripe for disruption by a competitor, and the worker will probably get fired by any thinking boss. We should apply the same ruthlessness to our own habits. In fact, we are studying philosophy precisely to break ourselves of rote behavior. Find what you do out of rote memory or routine. Ask yourself, is this really the best way to do it? Know why you do what you do. Do it for the right reasons. Habits, for me, habits are bad. I'm not an extremely, I would say, successful person. I'm a good guy or whatever, but how do I always say? I'm a good guy. I'm a terrible adult. I've had my faults in life, and a lot of it does break down to habit. I think of all the time I wasted drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes. Those are terrible addictions and habits. I've had addiction issues. I've had just not getting shit done issues in my life. And at 40, I'm going to be 42 this year. I'm really retraining myself in so many different ways and seeing how much of my habits, of my addictions / habits, cause me issues. I really do want to quit smoking. It's one thing I've been smoking since I was 13, and I just can't get, and I just can't get there. And there's so many good reasons. One, all of my children. You know, when I think about like, hey, if they said to me, like, you have cancer, you're going to die tomorrow, I would be like, fuck, I fucked up. But that's going to happen one day, especially with the amount of cigarettes I smoke. So I got to really and even with that mindset, you know, I've watched people pass away of cancer. I still doesn't get to me enough to quit. And I really, you know, and I think this year at some point got to really give it a good shot. And it's usually out of habit. And I'm not hard enough on myself. I lack discipline, and I'll just do it to soothe. It's just something I do, you know. As ruthless as the addiction of nicotine is, I know that I don't even really give it a really good go when I do try to quit. So break the habit. And that's what this year's been all about, is trying to learn new things. Or last year, I guess, and the beginning of this year is to learn new things and find ways to break my old habits. There's a lot of tricks out there, philosophy being one of them, but there's a lot of they say to break a habit it takes 30 days. So if you eat junk food every night, don't do it for 30 days. And you'll be able to break some of that habit, 30 days minimum. So I have, you know, you can brush your teeth with the other hand. That says it starts to retrain your brain a little bit to be able to make different choices. I know there's things like count downward. So if I want to smoke, I can count down. They say, or if you're getting angry or you're overwhelmed, you can count down they say counting down breaks some type of cycle in your brain, right? So if you're trying to calm down, let's say you're having an anxiety attack and you're trying to calm down. They say if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's too routine and your brain will just keep rolling. But if you count backwards, or even and start at an obscure number, even like 17, 16, 15, 14, it interrupts the pattern, I guess, or whatever, the signals in your brain. I'm not a doctor. It's just some stuff I heard. So this one was a good one for me today, because it really made me think about especially my smoking habit. It has to go. So hopefully I can break that habit. Love, hope, and faith. Hope you have a great day. I'm going to see you in a few minutes, or tomorrow, or whatever. Love you guys. Peace.